me to rebuild myself, to come alive. It all makes sense now, now that the lights out. It's a different world to me, it makes me feel down. Wait until the storm comes down, until the sleep comes and makes it alright. Waiting for the morning light.
Here we go, folks. We are back. The action is here for you, and apparently the stream wasn't working the first map, so well, looks like we're gonna get a reset on this one, as right as I'm about to tell you guys about, you know, the action. Well, the first map, it went Night Owl's way, and it was a really close hard point. It went to 200 points for 200 and something for Avidity, and then Night Owls had like it got to 250. So it was closer than expected. I was talking beforehand that I thought, you know, the Night Owls would take these respawns, that the Night Owls would take the respawns pretty easily. I felt like Avidity, their only task was to win this one that I had hoped for, was that they were able to take the S&D and then transition that success and that momentum from taking the S&D into stealing the swing map of a control. And so that's what I was, you know, looking at as there being like the potential on the cards for that, rather than the respawn. But Avidity, they showed up once they started to heat up middle of that map. You know, I saw a pretty big gap at one point, coming off of the first rotation of hills into the second rotation of hills, that Avidity really needed to close, and they were able to close it. They played a bit of scrappy, they were able to hold down spawns for P2, and they were able to transition that into a well-played P3, and then were able to get a majority of the time on P4. So they had a lead at one point. I think it was going into P5 of the second rotation of hills. They had a lead finally, and then they just started to bottle that up and you know, fumble around as going into that P1, you know, on the third rotation, Night Owls were able to win off of that, and so that ultimately was the finishing dagger in on these two teams in that last one. And so now we're here in the S&D. This is the Night Owls on the attacking side, and we got Team Avidity on the defending side. And so starting things off here, let's see if we can jump on in over here with Murky, the player that stood out the most in S&D last time around for the Night Owls, as when they were able to take down their opposition last night's contest. Lethal, he will grab himself the first blood. He will trade it out as Gav, the player hosting this map, as well as the player that, you know, had the best performance for the Night Owls in the first map. He's going to be the one who's going to be leading the charge here for the Night Owls. As herbs will drop, Gav might have spotted the player here, and he did. He will be able to take down Juicy. Very well played and thought out process there. Pearson in the Evermore is going to have a really strong spot in position here. TJ though, will he be spotted walking up those stairs here? As his head will be shown, Gav will be able to take that off. And now Diesel on the wrap here. They're going to hit up this hop over. Number 6, Pearson just not catching the right timing on this. He's going to slide out here to challenge. And he will notice the bomb goes down. Gav, if he hops, he will be able to peek and check out if there is a player down this alleyway. Gav might have been spotted here by Pearson. He's all alone though. In this 1 versus 2, he gets tagged up heavy. Gav is looking to finish him off. His teammate's going to go for the wrap, but Gav has the shots needed to take down the last player. That's a 1-0 in favor of Night Owls going into this S&D here, and even in this S&D. As Gav gets himself 3 kills that round, if I'm correct. Oh, he gets himself all 4? The ace for Gav. Wonderful work from him. 4-0 start. That is definitely what somebody on host would want to see and should see in Call of Duty Online competition. Gav's going to go over to the boombox, hop on over that wall. He's going to play this outer side by beach, and it looks like we're looking to see a beach play coming out of Avidity. Now TJ, he's going to have to catch these players coming into the back spawn here. We'll have to try to take down Murky, who knows TJ's position well here. They've sniffed him out, and they are going to be tracking him. Herbs is going to be tracking TJ as he backs up down driveway, and Herbs will wipe him away like snow in the winter time. Just shovels him off of that driveway. And number 6, Pearson, he has to win these key gunfights, but he won't be able to get them to go his way. Juicy all alone hops down off of the balcony, or not the balcony, but the hallway, the open hallway here. Juicy will have an opportunity to take Herbs, but Herbs, he gets himself a massive round. We see Gav with the opening round heroics in with a 4-kill ace, and now Herbs here getting 2 to 3 kills in this S&D. On this next round, he does get 2 kills in this one, so really strong work from him. As we see everybody on the side of the Night Owls with a kill in tow. Avidity yet to get around on the board, and well, for TJ and Juicy yet to get a kill as well. TJ had a impeccable first map, dropped over 30 kills in his team's loss on the checkmate hardpoint. Here he's looking to bounce back in this S&D, and his team needs to bounce back together. But right now, they seem to not be able to win rounds here. Their togetherness is just non-existent. As Gav will challenge, Juicy will be able to get the first blood. Second time we see Juicy getting a first blood here, and Pearson will be there to trade onto Murky to help back up Juicy. Herbs, player that had a strong showing in that second round here. He's going to be put in a position to have another showing that's ever so important, as he will catch one in Evermore. He's gonna find lethal. Herbs, will he go through the back here? He will find Juicy with that AR. Great swap and pickup. Really strong performance and decision making right there to get his team that opening. Now Herbs left all alone here. He's got the 2 kills to go his way. He will look to maybe find another one, as he's gonna rotate into this corner right here. He's gonna park it in this parking garage area. Number 5, it's going to be TJ lurking here. Herbs does not spot him yet. Will be spotted first, TJ or Herbs. Herbs might catch TJ. He just did. He just noticed him. I think they both noticed each other. TJ's shots will be truer. And there you go. Avidity getting onto the board in this S&D. Earlier, the better for them, as they will be able to get their first round here, making this a 2 to 1. With a nice clutch kill from TJ. But Herbs nearly getting himself another magical moment in this S&D, and we've only seen 3 rounds of it so far. As going into this 4th round, we see the Night Owls with an offense and defensive round in hand. We see Avidity so far only with apologies on the yawns, folks. A little bit late. I should have had my cup of coffee before this, but did not. As yeah, Avidity, they only have a defensive round on the board for themselves, so now it's up to them to get themselves an offensive round. Murky will be able to get himself the first blood for his team. He's still alive over here by these bushes and these hedges. Pearson, though, gets a trading blood onto Diesel, so that's going to keep things even. Juicy's kill in the background puts Avidity up in the 3 versus 2 situation with a B bomb site that is open for business. Yeah, he is going to make his way around here to this alley with the AR. This could be a very damaging long-range sight line that he holds. Look to try to maybe find Pearson. Oh my, the COD timing's not good for him, as he just changes his direction. Murky hopping over this wall gives so much audio for his teammate, for the opponents to see and know. Avidity will be able to close out the second round back to back here to tie things up at 2 to 2 in this S&D. Long range onto TJ here from Murky. Really nice threaded shots across the front porch of the plaza right there. Gav 4-2 right now, doing the best for his team. He had an outstanding first round and he's sort of faltered. He's faltered for 3 rounds straight without a kill. Still best KD on his team. Looking over at Avidity and Pearson doing absolutely pristine stuff here as he's going 4 in a row here, going 6-2 on a 4 streak. Will he be able to get himself any further, any closer to actual score streaks? That is a question I want to see answered in the coming round, because he will be hopping like a bunny here, looking to find some information. Herbs will not spot him. He does not spot Herbs. As Herbs escapes for now, he's going to look to play that bob through the garage area. Number 1, though, Gav might be able to catch Pearson on this rotation around. And no, it's going to be Herbs that actually catches him. Pearson drops the shot punch. Such a quick death. A lot of finesse as well in that as well. Juicy, though, up top, Pink. He's going to have that Diamati with the shot punch for himself. Poppy Gav is going to get himself a big kill with the close range Krieg. He's going to hop on down. He does a quick little parkour move, but ends up going straight into the arms of Lethal. That is 3 rounds straight for Avidity, as they seem to be having a wonderful time as of late here in this S&D. Little to no resistance from the side of the Night Owls during those rounds as well, I'd like to remind you folks. But Pearson dropping his 4 streak that round and not getting himself any more kills could be a cause for concern. Or it could be just a cause and effect. As the Night Owls, 5-3 for Gav, 5-4 for Herbs. Looking great over there. 1 kill only for Diesel, as he's been least active in terms of actually affecting this map. Kills. Not quite sure if he's had enough info able to gain. TJ is going to be holding the spawn angle right here to catch anybody looming there. Gav will open things off. The party starts. Gav getting first blood here down by the beach, as he's going to spot out another player as well. 2 players, the exact, over at this beach side. Gav will be spotted and shotted, but he will not drop. Stays alive. Extra reinforcements are not here just yet, as TJ, he's going to be chilling up here in the hotel. And there you go. All alone is him. He gets spotted out dropping down. It's going to be a 4 versus 1. And there you go. The Night Owls will get their first round on the board after 3 straight rounds were acquired by Avidity. Diesel. Getting the final kill here in your kill cam. Great work from him to make himself known, have some presence in that one, as he's able to find 2 kills in that last round there. Gav on 6-3 though. Nudging out Pearson, AD department, by 1 fewer death. Juicy and TJ though, going 2-4 and 2-5. They're the least successful players right now in terms of actually getting those kills now that Diesel has picked up the pace coming off of the last round. 3-3 even footing for both these teams. 4 versus 4 on the map. Murky will live with his life here. Very little of it. D's shot and taken down quite low before having to back up and retreat within that hotel for some health. Juicy. And go on a really wide flank though. Spot Diesel. Just narrow. Oh, he does not spot Diesel. Passes that ship. Now he does get a call out of a player being there. Juicy, will he still be able to take down a player? No way he shoots this. If he shoots and he does not get the kill. His position over here by Tiki Bar is not going to be good. Diesel, though, he is going to grab a kill. He keeps things even. The bomb does go down in favor of the Night Owls. TJ's shots will tag up Gav, but not drop him as Pearson gets a kill onto Herbs in the background. Gav drops as well, and all alone is Diesel in this 1 versus 3. He's going to spot at 1, 2. Can he get the 2 kills here? He looks to try to take Pearson down, but he won't. The Pearson player will be able to get the defuse to go his team's way. And that is a 4-3 in favor of Team Avidity in this S&D. Juicy getting your final kill there, keeping his teammates safe, protecting him at all costs. Great work there. Pearson, 7-4 now. Him and Gav going back and forth for being at the top of the leaderboards. Lethal injecting himself into the mix as well of players with masterful performances, going 6-5 at the moment. Let's see if we can hop on with him as he is also holding this bomb and bringing it over, escorting it over to this site over by B. It's where stuns, the ordinances, the everything is being used. Herbs is going to get dropped super low by that nade as well, and Pearson will be able to shut him down. Berksy will get a nice kill holding this cubby. He will back up though. He does not spot anybody else. It's a 3 versus 3. Make it a 3 versus 2 now in favor of Night Owls, as Diesel's able to find 1 kill, get information of the remaining players back Doc's side, so he will be tagged, but he won't be taken down. This is still more time for him to use to get information. Pearson will look, push up a little bit further here, get underneath that awning. Does not decide to aggress further. He pushes on back over to this bomb site with this bomb. Spots the legs of Murky, I would have hoped, but he doesn't really make any efforts to try to shoot at that player, and he will ultimately drop on that bomb site. Last player alive over in the garage area, and that's a 4-4. Tied up scoreboard again as the Night Owls clutch up with some really good coordination there. And at times where they miss a beat, they might answer by not and hitting the beat. As the side of Avidity, the observation skills at times just a little bit lacking. There's information, you just take your time. Diesel turned his KD on a massive swivel as he now tops the board atop with Dr. J. Pearson at 8-5. He was at 1 point, folks. He was going 1-4 in this one. Poppy Gav getting himself the first blood right there and opening up this B bomb site like a can of tuna. Last player alive to cause some concern is Juicy. He gets tagged up heavily and has to retreat. Gav gonna play into Evermore though. With his AR here, he's gonna play these cushions. He's gonna play this step. It's gonna be not snaking. Maybe just not really though. It's gonna be bobbing up and down. Juicy does drop him, so the trading comes out with still Night Owls on top. 2 versus 1. Last player alive is your boy Juicy. Will he be able to get the kill? No, he won't be able to get anything done in that round as Night Owls take back-to-back rounds and take themselves a 1-round lead and 1 round away from closing out this map and giving themselves a map cushion lead of 2-0 in this series. Diesel 9-6, Gav 8-5. Host feeling nice for Gav. Night Owls close series of events in this S&D. As Avidity, they are pushing them to the limits nearly. As we're on this 10th round here in the S&D, one that is a must-win for Avidity to continue this S&D and continue to have an opportunity at winning the S&D. as they find themselves down here. Pearson needs to get this kill. He does. Gav just not aware of him, not giving enough respect to check that corner. Pearson will get the kill and even things out. Murky, though, on 3 in a row. A ton of confidence with this kid here. Will he be able to find Juicy up top apartments? Murky holding this angle here. Juicy not sure if he knows what's up here. Taking a quick look at the teams here. Everybody making sure they're following the right rules here. Regulations. This is Avidity. They do lose another player. This is a 2 versus 3. The bomb does need to go down, and the A bomb site is looking open for that. As number 6, Pearson, he plays around with this bomb site. He's gonna get the bomb to go down, but his teammate drops in the background. This is a 1 versus 3. All eyes on Pearson. Can he make it happen? He has a lot to do here. A player could hop onto this bomb, could start the defuse, and that's exactly what should be going down. It's going to be Herbs. Number 6, Pearson. He needs to connect these kills. He will not. The defuse will come through. The kill will come through. The Night Owls will end this S&D with a screeching halt in round number 10, taking down the last lone player there, and Pearson from Avidity. We see the Night Owls up 2-0 in the S&D, folks, off of some really great timings, and in the end, the ice was in the team's veins to be able to clutch things up before it got to that round 11, where it would be really, there'd be the coin flips, there'd be the nerves, there'd be whatever it is. They were able to collapse. They were able to make sure to close out their lead in lives on the map once they got ahead. So great work from them as they were able to do so in a way that was very clean. I want to say that last round was very clean. Throughout the Search and Destroy, both teams definitely have things to learn from. You know, both have made a lot of have made errors within the Search and Destroy. So clearly, no team absolutely perfect on that Miami S&D. But we do have another map coming up for you folks. It is going to be the Checkmate coming up for you folks as well, actually. And we're going to be back on there for Control, as your next map mode combination is going to be coming up right next here. So let's just take a quick little look at that here, as you guys can see the maps and modes that we have on the cards here. If we do see the extension, if we see Avidity take this Control, which they need to, we will be given that hard point ready to play out as map 4, and then if we get that extension to the map 5, the reverse sweep comes in potentially, or doesn't. We could see that map 5. It would be the raid S&D. But Avidity, they need to dig in deep here. They need to get something going for themselves. They need to be able to turn the tides right now that have been they've been yellow for the side of the Night Owls for the time being, for nearly the entirety of this actual matchup. So obviously continue to support them in chat. Continue to cheer on Avidity if you're here to support obviously these Avidity players, as we're about to jump into the next map here. It's going to be your map number 2 here. It's going to be map number 3, sorry. It's going to be your Control on Checkmate, coming to you folks here, as we're going to get that sorted up here, as the players are loading in here. And there may have been like a side swap or something might have went down. Hoping nothing went down, because while I was making some modifications here, they went along with just starting things up. So here you go. The only thing missing here on it being perfect for you folks is the actual score in the best of 5. It is a 2-0 lead right now for the Night Owls, as they were able to take the S&D and they were able to take the hard point to start out the night. Now we are going to see Avidity backs against the wall here. This is an elimination match, folks. Remember, this is losers bracket, lower bracket action here. As Avidity, they can get knocked out of the running here for being playoff winners here for the GEC League winners. As Diesel, he's going to come in for a nice kill over by this A point. He's going to get on for some time. Juicy still alive. Dip, ducking, and dodging. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, and in this situation, he's dodging bullets. But he will end up dropping. Pearson going to look to try to play towards this top plane. One tick of progress comes through for the Night Owls. Over onto A. As Murky stays alive on that point, he will be tagged up. He's going to get double naded, actually, and he will be dropped off of it as well. Diesel stays alive on the point. He might be able to get the second tick now. All on his lonesome. He does. Number 6, that's going to be Pearson. He's going to hop onto this point now. He's going to look to challenge. Diesel will drop. Now, we're going to start to see a line drawn in the sand here. As these Night Owl players are backing up, they're coiling up in their corners. They're playing for some picks. So once they have a life lead on the map, they can start to overwhelm with numbers. There you go. 1 drops for the side of Avidity, and the nade will take out 2. This is going to be a push quelled here by the defense. Avidity will stand tall as Lethal is going to be able to inject 2 big kills with his nades. Murky will stay alive. He is going to hop onto A point. He will not be able to take down Juicy as he will shot punch him back to the spawn. And this should be it for your first round. Avidity win it comfortably with a life lead, I believe, as well in their pocket. But it may not matter. I'm fairly certain that it's Ticks that ends up getting the yeah, I'm fairly certain that the tick progression is what ends up being the most important thing for that round 5 and determining who wins. As I think it was 2 ticks of progress for the Night Owls on that first opening round. So keep an eye on that. As Avidity, they now have an offense to work with of their own. A force a 6 streak for Lethal. He is 1 kill away from getting himself a score streak on this map. Lethal will looking, but he won't be able to take down any. Diesel might drop him as he gets really low here. His nade will try to find a kill with it. No, Lethal just looks to play for more info. He tries to get this kill. He will find Murky. Oh, and through the wall, he is able to get them all. The score streak acquired for Lethal and Avidity. This is a great look for them. They are about to get their first tick of progress over at A. It comes through. Juicy gonna drop 2 as well. Pearson on this point for B will be able to grab himself and his team the first tick of progress at B. No! He hops off of it before it's completed. He will lose a lot of that progress here, but Pearson stays alive on top of the plane before dropping. 2 ticks of progress, nearly 3 come through for Avidity on this A point. Number 7, Juicy. He's right here to contest and protest this point. Number 1 and Gav, he's gonna try to get the kill. Oh, the slippery snake will coil around that player, choke him out, and Gav still goes on for another. Lethal looking to try to take him down, and Gav will drop to Lethal right there as Lethal 11 and 5. Administering pain on the points and off of them for Avidity. Gav having a moment in the spotlight, but Avidity's Lethal continues to tank his teammates. The offense will not be able to get the point taken down yet. Murky will look to drop Pearson. He does. He slides away, but into the path of a few bullets. 8 points secured. 3 ticks of progress overall for Avidity, and they have a life lead of 6 lives. This is looking like a round very doable and a map very doable for Avidity. They wish they had that search and destroy back here. As Avidity, Juicy getting in behind 1. He won't be able to take that player out. He still stays alive in the middle of the plane though. Juicy looking for a kill. Number 2 and Murky will find him though, as he's on a 3 streak looking to extend that one. Pearson will drop him. 14 to 6. Avidity with a massive lead of lives here right now on this map in this round. Cutting it down to no lives remaining nearly here. Yes, no lives remaining for the Night Owls. 22 seconds remaining on this one. B point. Will the tick be capped? No. It will be stopped here. Lethal. No. Pearson gonna look to hop onto the point. No, he will not. Number 1 left. Gab will take down 1, but there you go. Avidity will close out the round. They have themselves, if I'm correct, they should have themselves about 6 ticks of, no, not 6 ticks of progress. They have themselves 4 ticks of progress overall. Might be 5. But 4 ticks of progress overall, and their opponents only with 1 or 2. I don't know. This tick stuff is definitely ticking me off, and I wish it was back to deaths instead of ticks of progress. That's just that. It might just be me, but right now we're seeing the Night Owls struggling quite a lot here. Gav, he is the player at the top of his team's leaderboard here. He will grab himself an opening kill. First blood on this round. His nade will tag up Lethal. Murky will get a kill in the background, make that 2, as he's on a little streak of his own. So far, it's been a bit of a one-man army. Gav trying to keep his team in this. Murky just about 1 kill away from being in a 2-digit number. Will drop. As that makes him close. 1 death away from being in a 2-digit number for deaths, joining the rest of his teammates. Pearson's big kill right there is good, but the trophy system definitely not as important as playing his life in that moment. As Herbs, he's gonna hop onto this B point. He could cap the rest of it solo if he can get this kill on Juicy. He does, but he does drop in a response from Pearson. As B point nearly taken by the Night Owls, which would give them an extension in time here that is much needed, as they have been backed up into a very uncomfortable corner. Being down 0-2 in this control, definitely not what they were expecting, I would assume, going into this one, especially being ahead 2-0. But if they are starting to underestimate their opponents, this is definitely the map that I would definitely say it kind of shows that, as Pearson gets a phenomenal 2-piece underneath the plane, catching them off guard with a great angle and spot he was in. Looking to get something more, as Lethal will throw out some streaks onto the map here to keep these Night Owl players at bay. He grabs himself a 2-piece, 1 coming from the streak, the other coming from his gun. He has the cruise to use. B is the point that could be capped to add more time for the Night Owls, but they're running out of a lot of lives here. They're running out of a lot of time, and Avidity will win this control 3-0. No consolation prize needed just yet for them, as they are going to stay alive in this series. Now only down 2-1. Pearson gonna take down a few here in the kill cam. Wonderful work from him. Very, very strong play. He was very evasive on that control, and it ended up his whole team was able to rally around his work and other players on his team's work. It was a very well played team win, team victory. It wasn't super one-sided. If we did see the Night Owls take that one, it would have definitely have looked very one-sided, with Gav having led the charge throughout that series with the most kills on his team, and at times it even looked like he had more kills than the other teammates added up together. That's just how insanely strong of a performance he was still having, yet his team was falling behind and really fell apart in that one. As we do see the side of Avidity take a map off of the Night Owls. And it's a respawn also. So Chase, in your face, my dude. In your face, Chase, who predicted, You predicted that they wouldn't win a respawn, and that if they were, it would have to be the control after a certain destroy win. Well, no. They didn't win the S&D, but they still won the control. Being down 0-2, they have what it takes. Their mental is there. Their performance, their team performance was there. They now just need to make sure that they're able to put it all together. You know, piece this puzzle together correctly for them to be able to take away this series, potentially off of a reverse sweep here. They have momentum on their side going into this next map. It will be a raid hardpoint coming up next, folks. So those of you guys interested to see what we still have on the cards here, I'll be throwing that up for you folks, as we will be taking a short break as well, for you guys, for myself, as well as because we're switching hosts, it's good to take a little short break for the stream. Gives you guys an opportunity to get up and, you know, go to the washroom or do whatever you need to do. As well as gives me some time to, you know, take a few sips of water, take a few drinks, catch my breath, and soothe my throat. Don't take that the wrong way, though. I will see you guys shortly. Here are your maps and the rest of this series to still come. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Keep your eyes peeled, because action coming around the corner. Here we go, folks. We are in here with the action for you folks. It is NJ Night Owls versus Avidity. NJ Night Owls took a 2-0 lead in the series after winning both the hardpoint and the S&D successively. And now going into that control, we saw Avidity backed up against the wall. We're able to take it. Now we're back in for your map 4. This is Raid, Hardpoint, and Avidity. The reverse sweep. The first step to accomplishing it has been done. It's been winning the map 3. In your map 4 now, this one's in Kitchen. TJ gonna be coming up from Zigzag. He's gonna pop that flash in here. The stick should be good onto Herbs. It will be. TJ finds the kill while he dies. Murky will get done with Gav, actually, as Gav will find himself 2. Diesel gets into the mix as well. We see a donut for Juicy, which is very problematic, as right now, Night Owls, they find themselves ahead with a preposterous score of 60, make that 70 and counting to 9. Avidity having a struggle of an opening in this hard point on Raid. And right now, getting overwhelmed by Zig. They will now get the initial time though. Avidity just needing to set their feet into the sand here and really hold this line of scrimmage that they have around this point. Lethal gonna take down 2 trophies, but will not take down the players inside of weights. As we see a push in, Juicy will not take out 1. TJ will take Herbs out instead. As he stays alive here, he will find Murky. Will he find Gav? No, but his teammate will be there for the trade. This is good as TJ will hold this point in favor of Avidity. This is a lot of time, extremely necessary time for them as well. And they've also been able to make Night Owls spawn out by the old point. So, scrap time. The cookie crumb's gonna go the way of the Night Owls because Gav is here. The spawns are gonna go over to this old point as well. So now Avidity get time to set up on this new hill, and they get time to crush down and compact this lead that the Night Owls were able to get off of the first 2 hills, and even also the scraps on the third. As Avidity just looking primed and poised to get themselves back a lead. Or get themselves back a lead, but to get themselves their first lead in this hard point, as Lethal gets absolutely overwhelmed over in the ball court. In the hut is Diesel. He will get Juicy low. Juicy will stick Murky, and that is Juicy. Now TJ with another stick. Actually, that's the second stick we've seen him get. Who does he think he is? Is he Tom Brady or something? Aaron Rodgers? Cam Newton? Andrew Luck. Okay, I'm just naming quarterbacks that I can remember off the top of my head at this point. Okay, I'm gonna calm it down. Diesel though, he will drop in front of TJ, in front of Kitchen. The initial time on this new hill will go the way of Herbs and Night Owls, but he will drop as he gets overzealous over by the front kitchen steps here, coming out of this little courtyard. Diesel should find Juicy. He does, as Juicy chows. He jump shots him, will only jump into more bullets. Diesel staying alive, shifting around like sands in the desert. Very elusive and evasive. Gav will find 1. Lethal still gonna just respawn up over by open. As we see this lead dropped off of a cliff. Avidity now with their first lead in this S&D, and not in the S&D, in the hard point. And I can remind you guys once again, it was 70-9 at one point in this hard point, but that got flipped upside down and all around by Avidity. Early time though, finally going in favor of the team in yellow here in the Night Owls. Diesel gonna be playing for laundry control. He will find 1 right there. He takes down Juicy. Murky getting a big kill. Diesel should find another. He will not. He will back off. He will hop down off of laundry. He will come and re-enter the hill. He will find a kill with the re-entrance. Juicy playing through from the driveway, throws a nade, does not find a player. Diesel will wrap his way around, but only get taken down in the trading. Avidity with a lead on the map here. Murky hops down out of laundry, will find one. He hops onto the hill for the contest. Ring around the rosy goes in favor of him and his boys in yellow. The Night Owls keeping this one close. Murky's nade. Not going to find tags onto anybody. Avidity breaks on into the hill, but Diesel shuts down two. This gives his team numbers to retake the front and inside the hill. There you go. The kitchen is going to go yellow. The Night Owls will be able to feast on their foes' corpses here in the kitchen. Lethal will find one kill in the back before rotating into jungle. Will he find Diesel? He will as well. That is two very important kills. The pinch is starting to come on in. It's looking good, and it is good for Pearson and TJ as they get into the hill. Pearson hops on into the opening by the front of it. TJ's kill is good. Will he turn around in time for Murky? No. Murky finds him. The respawn up though. Pearson gonna look to come onto this hill, grab some scraps, maybe fight for it. No, little resistance comes through. Murky will just take down Pearson as he tries to leave through that front door towards court. One player, Avidity's team mate, TJ, gonna make his way over around the steps here. Nearly falls off the map. As long as that glass wasn't there, he was gonna still live. Tags up but doesn't take down. The player's here to his right. Murky will drop in the double piece from Pearson. As he drops there, TJ on the brink of potentially breaking. Will not. He will waver, he will falter, and his team will not be able to get much more in terms of resistance to what this side of the Night Owls were able to do on this hill. They grabbed themselves a ton of time. This is 200 plus points earned for the Night Owls on this garage, not on only solely the garage hill, but obviously they get a pretty large portion of this hill. The scraps go over to them as well. Murky will drop in the kitchen to Pearson, who's had a wonderful performance throughout this one, keeping it close, keeping it competitive. Juicy having the roughest go at things in this series out of all players in this lobby. Herbs gonna be right up next to him, going 11 and 24. If his team wasn't ahead, he would be the player I would call out for costing. With 24 deaths and only 11 kills, that is, that is a combined, what, 36 engagements at least, and only 12 of them could go your way. That's quite catastrophic. That's a 33% success rate in winning your engagements. As we see more time go the Night Owls' way on this court, on this basketball court hill, they find themselves within spitting distance of being able to take this map and series 3-1. Initial time going the way of Avidity. They too can do quite a lot of damage and quite a lot of great things with this time, as they do get their players on here, but at what cost? Is Pearson's left alone on this hill? He's gonna try to stay alive. He finds Gavin, but Diesel will take him down in the trades. Only 10 seconds left of time for the Night Owls, and they can secure this map in this series. They secure the victory here. Diesel's two-piece is massive. He drops, though. The contest is good from Avidity. It's going to be lethal here. Back on this point. He's going to stay alive. His teammates are there to help with the trades. The time is still winnable for the Night Owls. It no longer can be won by the Night Owls on this hill. The rotation needs to come through from them per the next hill, but it's all red as Avidity. They are going to read this really well. They're going to be able to get these Night Owls to be held off and start from this new point. The time is so close. I can taste it. I can taste this potential defeat for the Night Owls, but they're right here. They're right on the point. They're going to get that time. There's no contest. The last second contest from TJ. He's going to be good for one kill. Will he find Herbs? He does. The two-piece is good. 130 points plus for Avidity, they're so close, but the Night Owls squeak onto the hill. The resistance is not there in the seconds left. The Night Owls take the map 250 to 232. They take this series 3-1. Raid ends up being where we finish this map off. And wow, what a exciting and entertaining exit to this series we see from Avidity. Massive congratulations to the boys of the Night Owls that are able to come away with the win tonight here in this matchup. But man, Avidity, they definitely earned I gotta find their Twitter. They earned a follow from me for certain, as well as they've earned praise from me. I was so, happy with how Lethal was performing there in the end. I was so happy with how Lethal was performing in the end there, keeping his team alive on that point, keeping himself alive on that point. We saw the rotation over. TJ throughout the respawn looked really strong and really good. They just needed some extra help. Juicy just not, bringing us some juicy plays, bringing us a juicy amount of kills. His KD could have been better. It wasn't good enough. Lethal, I felt, was playing a better hill role, was managing the hill better than Juicy, even though Juicy did have a strong amount of time in comparison to TJ and to Pearson. Pearson, without a doubt, was one of the most consistent players throughout, all three modes in this series. But without a doubt, for Avidity, in the end, I want to say TJ was my man. I really enjoyed watching him play for Avidity throughout this series. Now, looking at the Night Owls, I think it's a no-brainer. Gav has to take, man of the series. He had a wonderful performance in, all of the maps. He actually had a strong performance, came out positive, I think, if not, just barely positive. Just barely or really close to positive. In the control loss, he was the strongest player in the control, even when they did take the loss in that map. But across all the other ones, I felt like he did a very strong job. Diesel, definitely the most improved on that roster, in my opinion, from series to series. And Herbs as well, I felt like he stepped it up at times as well. I was really proud and happy with how Night Owls were able to compete and how they were able to stay very competitive and staying really composed throughout these respawns, even at times where it was a bit shaky and they saw Avidity take a lead. They were ultimately able to get that ice injected into their veins, and they were able to all enjoy, the fruits of their labors, this series win together in the end. Now, let's see if we can get a quick look at your maps that, obviously went by here in this series. We saw 4 out of the 5 maps played out, or 4 out of the 5 games played out. Hardpoint Checkmate starts off really close. This ending for this hardpoint raid at the end here was closer though. So still, Avidity showing up in hardpoint, and if you are the Night Owls, you're scared. You're not scared, but you're a little frustrated that it was so close, because this leads to now you guys needing to work on a lot more, because if you're struggling like this against a team you're beating, a team that's below you guys, when you have to face harder competition and your hard point's already this shaky, you need to shore things up a lot further. You need to be able to polish a lot of things off more, and that just it wasn't what was done, and they need to polish off the control for sure. They need to do more than polish it, as they lost the 3-0 thrashing in that control for Avidity. The S&D close, wasn't the round 11 that we were just about to see. By the looks of things, by the performance Avidity was bringing in that Search and Destroy, they definitely deserved a round 11, but it did end in the round 10 with ultimately the NJ Night Owls taking it 6-4 with a really strong, closing out a strong lead in terms of lives on the map on that 10th round. So ultimately, guys, great series to end off the day, for day 4, late night matchup as well. So for those of you guys that stayed up this late to watch, thank you so much for doing so, for tuning on in. It's been my pleasure bringing you guys the action to your guys' homes, to your guys' phones, wherever the heck you guys are. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys all have a good evening. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow for more action in the evening between more teams in this league in the playoffs. As the playoffs continue, we say goodbye to Avidity, but we continue to obviously welcome Night Owls onto further rounds in this competition. So best of luck as Night Owls continue their losers bracket run. We will see you guys tomorrow for more action. It's been fun. It's been real. Fortrixel, Chase, your caster, signing off. Take it easy, guys.